Good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? Hope you're all doing well during your weekend. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22, the Monopoly competition. We're away again for this week, and we've got a full house today. We've got DJ Smudo and Patrio with us. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Wonderful. Due to daylight savings shenanigans, I almost was late, but I wasn't. And you know what? I suspect that you guys did that on purpose to get a head start against me.
we did nothing of the sorts. You just got to be here on time, Smeedo. That's it.
Right, that's why the schedule
You got to come to terms with our daylight savings times that ends.
I knew it. You had that all planned. You people are evil.
Daylight savings had it planned, not us.
Wasn't really daylight savings. It was my fault. What he's talking about is when I changed my schedule a long time ago to start at 1:30 in the afternoon in my time, as I changed the times on all the streams except for today's one, for the Sunday one. Sunday, for some reason, has always been saying 2 o'clock, and I didn't notice until the day. The funny thing is I had someone come into Discord because I reminded them with a bit of a post that we would be starting an hour later for the other guys than last week because daylight savings finished 2 o'clock this morning, so off daylight savings here now. And I also got that stuffed. I thought I'd lose an hour when I did that, and I gained an hour. So anyway,
I lost.
And then someone posted, "Oh, so you start at 4 o'clock my time now?" And I went, "Yes," and I didn't cotton on. It's actually 3:30. And it wasn't until Mr. Smudo, who turned up a little bit earlier, he also saw the schedule just to confirm it with his time, and it said 4 o'clock in the morning for him as well. So he mentioned it, so I've changed that now, so I'll apologise that for a long time I've had the wrong time on for the start of the stream on a Sunday. Anyway, I've got some update news for you guys. Just to do with mods, we added a few more. We updated cosplay. As always, there's always going to be updates for cosplay. It's pretty much updates every day. The other one is the pallet load specialization. Had an update. That won't be on the mod hub. I don't think it'll be on the mod hub for a while, that one. Because it took a long time for their last update to turn up a couple of weeks ago, and that update had been out for a couple of months on the guy's actual site he uploads to as well. The other mods, I've added in 3 new mods. One is the baler unload. I've seen that around, but I didn't know where the actual original link is. Now fortunately there's a site I go to, a really good site, that uploads other people's mods, but unlike those thieving sites that upload them to their server, so when you download it they get the money for it, these guys actually upload and give the link to the original upload site, so it's more like a gateway. And they take a little while, sometimes they're behind the 8 ball with some of the mods, and eventually it came out, and that's the mod for the baler with the round bales. What it does is when it gets to about 80% full, it'll slow it down, and then when it's full it'll stop. Just make it easy so you don't carry on.
Yeah, I've just noticed that just now. It's like, why is it so slow?
Yeah, and the other mod is an old mod that I liked. I used in 17 and 19. It's actually a different name. It might be done by a different person, but it's the same type of mod, and that one is the stopping of the harvester when it's full. So, and they're both on the same site, original upload, so I think it's done by the same person, so that's great. The other one is one on the mod hub called Invoices. I think it's purely an MP mod because I tried it on solo player and couldn't do a thing with it. But basically what we can do now, if we have someone that comes in and helps out, or one of the guys here goes, "Oh, can someone give us a help since you've got nothing to do?" It's a mod that can create an invoice for payment for your work. I'll actually show you once we get. I'll get to a field where I can. It's big enough for me to bring up the menu to show you what it does. But basically, you can tell it what field you're working on, what type of work you're doing, and it generates a invoice for the person to pay it, and then they can pay it through that menu to the farm. So you tell it which farm it belongs to. Actually, I've done that, haven't I? 100%. That's that one done. What do we got here? I'll stick to this because I've already got it attached. Let's go over to this field here. So, which is it's a good thing for multiplayer. Actually, I like that. I've been wanting something like that since 17. And we finally get it in 22, a modder brings it out. One of the guys from LS Mod Company has brought it out. So that's about it on that front, as far as mods goes. Actually, I think I might send this guy off to field 33 on his lonesome because my other one's just about finished by the looks of it. So I can sort him out. Where is he? There he is. Quickly bring it up. This is the menu up here. So you can create a new invoice, invoice 2, and you can pick a farm. So if you're doing a job like collecting stones, ploughing, cultivating, mulching, it's already got predetermined price per hour. And then you just add the field that you're working on, say field 4, use field, mulching, and there you go, $184. From there,
That's
the rest of
pretty
it's going to be a bit of trial and error to figure it out. So I don't know if I give this invoice to them or I'm creating the invoice for them and then I pay it because, like I said, you pay through this.
I think it's more if you're doing the job, you invoice them.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. But what I saw when I was playing around with it, it sort of suggested the other way around. You pay, you create the invoice so you know how much to pay them and then you pay them. That's what it sort of looked like, but that's what I mean, a bit of trial and error. What you said makes sense, and that's the way I originally thought of it, but then again, it's it just, there was something there that sort of made you feel like, oh, maybe that's incorrect. Maybe it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
How far away is he? He's still a ways from it. Either way, it doesn't matter which way it works, it's just figuring out which way it works. It's still going to come in handy if, like I said, if we do get someone that comes in, like Lossin or someone that comes and join us one day and he can do some work for us, and then it's like having a hired worker. Except we didn't have the ability to pay them. We were coming up with different ideas for that, but now we don't have to. We've got a way to do it instead of getting free work. Right, he's done. First off, clear current course. So I need to make money, lots of it. I'm miles behind because of everything. Distractions and whatnot.
You think you're miles behind? Think again.
I am miles behind. I'm not as miles as you are, but I'm still miles behind. So, field 25. I think that's up the other end here. Or no, it's the big one.
It's a big one on the far left below your farmer's market.
Just over there. I believe, where it's flashing on the map, mini map. I am. Now, it's going to take me a couple of weeks as usual to get used to the daylight savings. I was absolutely sure for some reason. I thought I was trying to figure it. You go back an hour because of the light and all that kind of stuff, so I lose an hour of sleep. And then I woke up this morning an hour before my alarm set, and I just came out here. And I saw on my stove that what the old time was, and I went, oh, okay, so I could have slept another hour.
You fall back and you spring forward.
Yeah.
And do the same thing here. Have Courseplay do this one while I do the other one. Alright, Courseplay. Create job. Need to be over here. Target decision will be here. Field position will be there. We're going up and down. Back up. No headland. Generate course. Start job. Not too bad, actually. No, so I need my other fella here. Spreaders rings. Well, that's pretty much near enough, isn't it? We'll go from here. Oh, I also had another nice little treat this week, actually. As far as Courseplay is concerned, they've had this ability for a while. I just didn't know, but I've got my multiple maps where I spend a year on and then go to the other one and spend a year on it, go to the next one and spend a year on it, and then come back and start around and stay there for about 3 or 5 years, and then move to a new map. And on one of my maps I've been doing grapes and olives, just started out on it, and I was getting rather sick of that pretty quick, doing the grapes and olives. But Courseplay is got the ability to actually do the work for you. It will harvest, it will fertilize it, and it will prune the grapes. So that was brilliant. Though, using it to prune the grapes, I did have an issue. It tipped me tractor over. So I don't know how, if I set it up wrong or whatever. I've just got to figure it out. I managed to do harvesting. I mean, I don't mind doing the harvesting of that. One thing I have found though is I've done it twice now. I did a year. I'm on the second year on it, with the French map. In the first year, it says mulch and cultivate, which you use a subsoiler for, which is ploughing. The grass wouldn't mulch for me on the grapes. It did on the olives, and I thought, what have I done here? I don't know. So the other thing was too, because I'm a lazy beggar, is because I don't know why this is. When I put them down, they weren't in a straight, like 90-degree angle, which is what I want because the field was north and south. But the field itself, is the edge was 90 degrees, so I was trying to follow that the best I could, knowing that it wasn't absolutely 90 degrees. And the reason was, it's just so I could line everything up and put the GPS on and go straight down the lines with the harvester. And I find trying to line the harvesters up a bit of a pain in the backside sometimes. You get stuck and all sorts. Same with doing the mulching and all that. I find with the GPS a lot easier. So I deleted, after I did my first harvest of grapes and olives, I deleted them to re-put them down. And I don't understand why Giants doesn't give you the option to be able to snap to an angle so you can have it in a straight line. It'd be really, really nice if they could. Maybe it's just me, maybe they're the only one.
They do snap now though.
They snap, yeah, it's because they're close together, but they don't snap to a angle. You can go in any angle, 90 degrees, 10 degrees, 5 degrees. So I can start off wanting to go 90 degrees and I'll try and go down. But because when you're doing the first one, it'll go all over the place. So you can be out by the time you get to the end where you want to finish. And then from there, it'll snap to line up to the first row you've already done. But it won't let you snap to an angle, which is what I wanted it to do. I have a mod that snaps, but it didn't work, so I tried to download a mod which puts a grid on the ground so you can run along the grid. Now it works with the buildings, but when it came to the vines and that, it said I couldn't put it down because something's in the way, even though I had place anywhere on. So bit of a pain, so I had to try and hit it manually. And for people like me who I'm terrible at seeing a straight line, when I used to play pool or snooker, if I had a straight shot to the pocket, I'd miss it 9 times out of 10. If you give me a difficult angle or any type of angle, pretty much in. And I don't know why that is, but yeah. But I'm just glad Courseplay does have that ability to do it now. But I mean, I don't mind. I liked harvesting them, and the pruning's not that hard. I only just like to use it because if I've got other things to do, it's handy to know that Courseplay has, or at the time I'm not in the mood. But yeah, I just don't know why they don't have the snap option. And surely there's people out there who would love to have a snap option for their vines and that, so they come in straight lines. That way you can just point in one direction and go straight down.
Yeah.
Feel dirty. That behind me. It is.
Yeah, it's one of the fields behind you.
Running low on fertilizer, herbicide. I've just noticed I got 83,000 in the bank. I can pay off some of my loan. Maybe eventually, today or tomorrow, I'll be able to buy something.
What do you want to buy then?
A life.
Money.
Well, I want some land. I can't survive on the amount of land I've got at the moment. I'm not going to get anywhere in this competition trying to win it with what I've got. So obviously land is what I want to buy.
Yeah, I've got a...
Near enough. It gets me every time. Just when I think it is unfolded. Wait, there's something else. It's like driving an infomercial. My other field's finished too. Oh, can I leave you up to your own devices there, hired worker? You probably stuff it up like you normally do. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want another contract. That's what I want. What have we got in the way of? 58. I'll let auto drive to field 58 because I really don't have confidence in the AI worker when it comes to using sprayers or fertilizers. Hopefully I can finish that field before he gets to field 58, or as he gets to field 58. Whoa, why did it do that sudden turn when I turned
Because of auto drive.
No, when I turned the hired worker off, auto drive's not on. With my other one, I turned the hired worker off, and then he just made a right turn, sharp left turn, right turn, almost a 45-degree turn, basically. Make no sense. Oh, actually, it might be because no, that wouldn't make any sense either. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
a GP and JJ finding out what the problem is, but then realizing that's not a problem.
Yeah, well, you got to throw out, mate. My brain works like a scientist.
Yeah.
To prove something right, you've got to make sure you've proved everything else wrong. And you can only do that by actually thinking about it and putting it to the test.
And now that my microphone works.
Patrio.
Didn't realise it was set. It was set to the USB capture device.
Of course.
Yeah. It got to the point where something was happening with my 3.5mm speakers, so that the system was popping up like, "Hey, do you want to switch to this device?" But it kept like flickering, like it was a dodgy connection somewhere. So I told Discord to cut it out and stop trying to prompt me to switch audio devices until I tell it. But somewhere along the line, and yeah, it's like, yeah, we used the USB video capture instead of your microphone. I'm like, cut that out.
I get that with Discord all the time, thanks to NVIDIA high definition audio that I don't use. But even though I've set the audio in Discord, it keeps asking me, would you like to switch this device that we've just found, even though you found it ages ago, and it's not brand new, it's an old device that I've said no to already. But, you know, that's fine, we'll still ask you, do you want to switch to it? Are you really, really sure?
Yeah.
Annoying.
It's probably picking it up as a new set of speakers every time you turn your monitor on.
No,
Yeah.
even when you update the driver for like NVIDIA or AMD drivers, it still picks it up. You want to switch to this new this NVIDIA driver? I'm like, there's no speakers on it. Why connect to it?
Yeah, you're probably right about the monitor, because I do have one monitor that has speakers, and that's exactly what it's actually set up for, because I'm using obviously the HDMI on it, which is what the NVIDIA audio is for. What did I just finish? I just finished this range.
Did I guys tell you last Tuesday that I bought myself a bakery and some sheep?
I can't remember.
No.
I don't remember the sheep, the bakery, I think
you
so.
did.
Yeah, the bakery, yes. Sheep, no.
The bakery, yeah. Since I bought the other one.
I just find it amusing that if you bring up the map and just look at it, it's Smido's yard is more or less 99% sell point or production points.
Pretty much.
Just blue markers everywhere.
Pretty much. I wouldn't want to go into his yard anyway because it's all messy and just everything everywhere.
I think the real trouble is if you try and take a trailer and top of his yard, it'll probably hit one of his 5 sell points.
Most likely.
I only have one sell point though. The rest is the greenhouses and stuff.
Yeah, no. Otherwise, I was 3 shades of exhausted last night. I was supposed to be 2 people on in the warehouse for the Saturday on a busy retail day. Due to a scheduling mix-up, the person who was rostered on either A was supposed to be rostered off or wasn't aware of it, and then the other person who was supposed to be rostered on was halfway through swapping his roster around between a Sunday and being a Saturday. So I had the place to myself.
No fun.
Yeah, especially when there was a large collection of stuff that was left over from the working week, just items that needed booking in and putting away, and just general stuff I had to try and take care of. Yeah, the music's standard, so just the usual, you know, keep it family friendly. And one of the co-workers has got a radio editor, but his playlist is nothing but R&B, and I'm like, I can tolerate it, but for 8 hours and every day all the week, and it's the same playlist with about 3 hours worth of songs, so it loops. I'm like, I've already heard the song 3 times today. Can we please put something else on?
Yeah, it's just like Gold 104. You hear the same song like 5 times.
I mean, as long as he then says, yeah, sure, all is well.
That's catch-22. Puts him in a very, very good mood for working, so he, goes through and knuckles down and gets his stuff done. It's not like he's just sitting and being lazy. I'm just like, yeah, okay, so it improves his work efficiency, but I think it detracts from mine a little. But then vice versa, if I chuck on what I like, then he doesn't really care for it.
Almost done with this grass field. Just go pack them up and take them to the shop. Where it's going.
Yeah, the grass contract on 71 pays a lot, but it is tedious, right?
It's time consuming.
I mean, that is... Yeah, I was about to say, that is whining on a very high level.
I'm not whining about it, I'm just glad I've got
No, I did. I was whining.
Why?
Well, quote-unquote whining, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. You're mad that you didn't get it.
No, not really. Because I needed the
How many generators and other stuff you got there that's generating money every day for you?
I have 2 tiny solar panels and a wind generator. One. A small one.
Ah. And you bought that with your own money?
Obviously.
No, well, I didn't pay for it. I'm sure you didn't pay for it, and I'm pretty sure Patrio didn't pay for it, so...
I mean the loan, not... Did he pay for it by loan, or did he pay for it by something else?
Doesn't really matter, does it?
Those I think I got in the very beginning with leftover money at the end of the day instead of paying back the loan. I think.
That's a building, no.
Yeah, but you can use a loan to buy those. It's not a placeable building.
Yeah.
Or
only the ones that are already placed on the map have to be bought without a loan.
Yeah. And sheds and stuff like that, but those things you can use a loan for. Because it takes a while to generate the money back for those.
Yeah, they're basically barely enough to offset the daily loan cost, pretty much.
Yeah, if you're not stretch the terms, a shed or a wind turbine could be considered equipment.
Yeah. But that's generating money at the same time, the wind turbines and anything that generates.
Well, technically your own tractors generate money.
Yeah, but you're not generating money like what they do every single day of the week.
Yeah, but those generators were never included in the don't buy it without with a loan.
I'm good sure that would be next time.
No.
JJ.
As I said, it takes a long time to get your money back when you buy them, if you buy them with a loan. So that's why I don't have a problem with it. And I said that actually at the beginning of the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it might make sense to put up a maximum amount of those you can place down. Otherwise, you could just max out the 10 million loan, or what? We do have the 10 million mod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could max out the 10 million loan and spam the giant solar farms on a field for 100k each.
Yeah.
Because those things make 10k a day. So basically, after an in-game year, they have accumulated the money they cost.
Yeah, but you got to pay that back. So and that's the thing. I mean, you buy it, right? It takes a while. Even if you use your own money, it takes a while for you to get your money back for it. So when you use a loan for it, you're also paying interest on that loan while trying to pay that back. So you got to pay that back, and then you got to get the money back for the interest that you paid using to buy those. So at the end of the day, it's not very efficient, way of
No,
doing
it's
it.
really not.
Therefore,
It's
the
a
reason
boring
why I
way to do
didn't.
it.
That's
Yeah.
the reason why I didn't worry about it. As you know, because actually saying, "Hey, yeah, you don't need a loan," actually gives a disadvantage. Because if someone decides to do that, and it gives, and I don't, it gives me advantage. But the fact that, you know, they've got to pay more money back, which means I have less while it depreciates. We must wander in here for a moment. Again. Just when you thought it unfolded.
Pretty much.
Oh. Actually, sorry. I said you got to use. You can't use it for sheds and stuff. Sorry, you can use a loan for your sheds and stuff. The only thing you can't use a loan for is buying land or buying. Excuse me. Buying, production buildings.
That are already on the map. Stuff you place on your own land, basically, you can keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we should make it any production buildings, no matter if it's on the land or you're buying it. Should be without a loan, because it might discourage people from buying. And also adds the added thing if, like, someone buys, say, a spinnery and other people wanted to have the spinnery and no longer can't.
Yeah, thanks, Smudo.
They'll still have to save up for the spinnery if they want to put it down. Because otherwise you're just going, oh, well, that's fine, I'll buy myself a spinnery with a loan and I've got it straight away. And then you're bypassing the whole point. You might as well take that away from the ones that are on the that are already placed down.
Yeah, but buying a spinnery straight away only makes sense when you have the production capability to actually feed it.
Well, no, it doesn't. Buying a spinnery straight away is because you're investing in a plan you have to do something later. So you're ensuring that you've got one of the resources you require if your plan is to go down that track. Isn't it?
Sure, but why would you buy, say, a spinnery before you have cotton equipment or sheep equipment? Because the spinnery only costs upkeep if you don't have anything you can put in there.
Yes, but if that's what you're working towards, and then you almost get there and someone comes and buys it under you and you bought all that equipment and you've already got an asset.
Now you are talking from the one that is already on the map. That I get, but I mean building one on your own land.
Oh, well, that's
before
different.
You have anything. That's what I meant.
Yeah, well, that's different. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. Otherwise, yeah, because you've already got, you're buying it on the land, it's already there, it's already placed. You don't have the extra cost for the landscaping where you've got to put it down. You don't have to find a place on your farm to put it down and make a place and flatten a place with landscaping and all that kind of stuff. That makes no sense until you've got the money to do it. By the way, if there's anyone new here watching and confused about what we're on about, the competition, you can type an !farm into chat and that'll give you the answer you need, hopefully. Otherwise, ask questions. You might get an answer.
Might. If we're not arguing about it first.